You have tried the system, probably multiple systems, new notebook, new app, new planner, new workflow. Each one works for a few weeks, then it quietly collapses and you end up back at the same cluttered desk, unread emails, unfinished tasks, and the constant feeling that you are behind on everything. But here is what nobody tells you. The system did not fail. The environment the system lived in failed. During World War II, Winston Churchill directed military operations from the cabinet war rooms beneath London. Maps, phones, reports, communication lines, everything positioned deliberately for immediate access. Warren Buffett famously keeps an almost empty desk. Maya Angelou rented sparse hotel rooms simply to write without distraction. These were not personality quirks. They were performance environments, because the quality of your environment directly affects the quality of your thinking. And most people are trying to build clarity inside spaces engineered for cognitive exhaustion. David Allen spent decades studying executives and organizations. He noticed something most productivity advice ignores completely. People rarely fail because the system itself is wrong. They fail because the environment surrounding the system constantly creates friction. Shared desks, overloaded surfaces, complicated filing systems, piles of unresolved paper. And here is the hidden mechanism behind clutter. Every unprocessed object represents a deferred decision. Not just physical clutter, psychological clutter. Every paper silently asks, what am I supposed to do with this? Every unopened letter, every sticky note, every random object, hundreds of unresolved micro decisions quietly draining cognitive energy every time your eyes pass over them. The pile is not storage. It is accumulated avoidance. Allen's solution depends on three foundations working together. Foundation 1, dedicated time. You need uninterrupted time to build the system correctly once, not 20 scattered minutes, a real setup day. Foundation 2, dedicated space, your own workspace, your own desk, your own tools. Consistency matters because stable environments reduce mental friction automatically. Foundation 3, low friction tools. The best productivity tool is not the most advanced one. It is the easiest one to use immediately. If capturing an idea takes too many steps, your brain delays the capture, and delayed capture becomes forgotten information. A notebook beside the desk, instant. A complicated app requiring navigation and setup, friction. And friction quietly destroys consistency. Here is the realization that changes everything. Most desks stay cluttered because the filing system is too complicated to trust. Allen discovered a simple rule. If filing something takes more than 30 seconds, people stop filing entirely. Instead, documents stay visible just in case. That is how desks slowly become accidental storage systems. His solution was radically simple: A to Z folders, clear labels, no complexity, no deep nesting. Fast enough that filing becomes automatic. And once people trust the system, something remarkable happens. They stop keeping things on the desk for psychological reassurance. Because they know exactly where everything lives, a clear desk is not about minimalism, it is about reducing unnecessary decisions. That is why leaders like Steve Jobs and Barack Obama simplified repetitive decisions like clothing. Protect cognitive energy for what matters most. At this point, most people think I will clean the desk, but Allen warns that partial cleanup rarely works. You cannot organize chaos in disconnected fragments. You need one complete collection pass. Everything, all at once. Every paper, every loose object, every unresolved item, gathered into one visible location. And when people finally see the full inventory of everything they have been mentally carrying, the reaction is often emotional, because the pile represents postponed decisions stretching across months or years. And processing that pile creates something most adults rarely experience: psychological relief. Research on decision fatigue shows that cognitive energy drains through hundreds of invisible micro decisions every day. Where is the file? Where is the pen? What is this paper? Why is this here? Each tiny decision consumes attention. A properly designed workspace eliminates many of those decisions before the day even begins. The tools stay where expected. The inbox receives new items. The filing system holds references. The workspace supports focus instead of interrupting it. That is not aesthetics, that is cognitive infrastructure.